We are going to go live on we are live on our YouTube channel. Welcome everyone watching who's looking at us on YouTube. Becky, does that include you? Are you one of our?
I'm trying to get on. I'm seeing it says there's people waiting.
Better get your act together, huh?
Well, it's not. We're on. You guys can sit up front. Okay. All right.
Katie, is this your last show?
Oh.
Are you? Well, don't take it personally, Rashida. Despite what she's told me.
She's staying with the company.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
We're going to miss your Scottish locks. I told her she looks like all the women in Scotland. It's a particular type of auburn hair in Scotland.
Do you have Scottish roots? Okay.
I was setting up an appointment or like a little event in Scotland.
Uh-huh.
It's like they speak a different language than I do.
Does it make you smile or is it frustrating?
Oh, no. It just takes me a second to like dial in.
Uh-huh.
Because when I golf over there, I get caddies.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they're all locals and they have the really thick accents. And every time I hit a bad shot, they say, "Oh, a wee bit unlucky." It's like, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
A wee bit unlucky.
Yeah, that's the same as we would say, "You suck."
Right. Kind way.
Kind way. All right, we have restrooms down this corridor here. 6134 is the number. And I think we don't have enough folks to clap today, so if you don't feel like clapping, don't clap. Welcome to the Hot Stove Society Show on Cairo Radio. It's Tom Douglas and Chef Eric Tanaka.
Hello.
Who's busy on his phone over there. Let's do that again. Hello.
You can pull it towards you too, so you don't have to lean.
How about that?
Okay. Well, then you don't have to lean if you pull it towards you.
It's fine.
Don't care. It's fine. Okay. Welcome to the Hot Stove Society Show on Cairo Radio. I'm Chef Tom Douglas.
I'm Eric Tanaka.
Eric Tanaka is. Let's do that again. Eric, can you be a little more clear? Are you a chef? Are you a restaurant owner?
Gotcha.
Okay. People don't know you.
Okay.
He's
Sounds
famous.
good.
They should know him. I'm just saying that they don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Hot Stove Society Show on Cairo Radio. We're here every Saturday and Sunday, 2 days in a row, 2 hours at a time. I'm Tom Douglas.
I'm Chef Eric Tanaka.
I'm my partner in crime here at the TD & Co., and we are excited to be here, as we are every week. Hello, Becky.
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see your smiling face. We
Thank
have
you.
Cam over there on technical, and Rashida is making our breakfast. If you ever want to get a ticket and come join us for hot Tuesday morning breakfast while we digitize the show.
Nice.
That's proper. That's modern. I'm getting more modern.
Modern terms. I love it.
We're coming to you from our kitchen studios at the beautiful Hotel Andra in downtown Seattle, 4th and Virginia. We do, like I said, we do breakfast here with part of your ticket price, $30, get you a hot breakfast. And typically, I would say we have a few samples throughout the day from our lovely guest. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Go to our company channel, Tom Douglas and Company YouTube channel, and tune in on Cairo or listen wherever you get your podcast. Upcoming classes here at the Hot Stove. You know, that's what we do here. Spring into Sunshine with Chef Sean McFadden, April 17th. Make and take Conchinita Pibil enchiladas with Chef Rusley, April 25th. That's the last thing I went to Mexico City for. I was on a Conchinita Pibil trek. And, when I looked around the country of Mexico, there was just one stand in Mexico City that was considered the best Conchinita Pibil, and I went. My first and last time I've had it, authentically, I'll say, other than what we produced at Cantina Leña.
Yeah.
But the the thing that really struck me was the whole dipping of the tortillas in the juice. They were some drippy little guys. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now, you're gonna have to have a
Just
couple.
that fat, really.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Mm.
Junior chef camp, ages 10 to 15, is July 6th to 9 and July 20 to 24. You can find out more about that at hotstovesociety.com. On today's show, fired up for spring, are we?
Yeah, it's time to get our girls going.
Let's get our grills going. Doug Farr, Executive Director of Seattle Farmers Market Association, is with us. Ordinary to Extraordinary, Pacific Halibut. I haven't had it yet this season. Have you, T?
I have not yet.
I just am cooking a dinner this Friday for my auction item at the Seattle Theater Group's annual Doors auction, which is coming up again in May, right? First weekend of May. And I'm having halibut on my menus.
Ooh.
And you know what else I have? Sweet pea soup with the last of Prosser Farms 2025 sweet peas.
Ah, wow.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of shucking, Jackie Cross.
It is a lot of shucking. And she has
2025 peas.
Yeah, last season's peas.
Dried?
No.
Frozen.
Frozen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But she is so cheap and so stingy with those peas. I try to eat them in August or September or October or November. No.
Best wait.
Somehow or another, they have to last till the new ones come out.
Well, your guests will be happy.
They certainly will be. So that's coming up. Tom Vin is going to join us, food and drink writer at the Seattle Times. We haven't had him on the show in quite a long time. Behind the scenes at TD & Co., which is a new series we've been doing about behind the curtain at the restaurants.
And Ton has a few questions for you guys.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Great. Spanish cuisine with Chef Oscar Amador and Joe Milkulich of La Loba. And of course, we're going to wrap up the show with Food for Thought Tasty Trivia. You know what I read this morning? That the guy, I want to say his name, I don't really know, J.P. Reese. This is grandson of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Oh, yeah. We know
is
this
in an
story.
online battle with Hershey's about not using real chocolate.
They cheapskated, and he called him on
Oh,
it. So they're
man. And they're changing it fast, as
yep.
fast as they can.
used his voice.
Can you imagine, E.T., running Hershey's chocolate and having to change the line? I mean, there must be 100 different Reese's products. Having to change your production line, your inventory, your product intake, your labeling on every packaging. Can you imagine the effort that has to go into change that back to having real chocolate?
Like, they got busted. Can you
Well,
imagine
they
a
changed-
chocolate company that doesn't use chocolate, I guess?
Well, they changed it. They just didn't. Yeah, they in the ingredient list, there's no chocolate.
Yeah.
Or-
I mean,
or
that
something
seems
like
odd
that.
to me to
I
start
scanned
with.
it in the New York Times this morning. But yeah, that was interesting.
Big
to
story.
me. My taste of the week is Stone Soup is coming up. It's my annual trek down to the Pike Place Market Senior Center. I'm there more than that, but Pamela, our former CEO and former radio show producer before you, is the executive director of the Senior Center at the Pike Place Market and the food bank down there. And this is their annual fundraiser, which we are proud to be part of.
May
Love to-
7th.
Love to underwrite it every year. And it's May 7th. So if you haven't bought a ticket, buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Expose yourself to realities of living, I wouldn't say on the streets, just low income.
Yeah.
Sometimes food bank on the streets, but the trials and tribulations of being a senior in that situation is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
I'll tell
They've
you.
created a sweet community there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding people. And
And it really is more about the community because
Mhm.
many of the guests there are there every day, and it's to see people and be social.
Right. And of course, the whole parable about Stone Soup is it touches my
Sweet.
heart as somebody who cooks for people, whether they can afford it or not. And that's something that we try to do as a restaurant company. We always say whether they come in the front door when they can afford it or whether they come to the back door when they can't, we try to be there for them.
Awesome.
That's what we do. We cook for people, don't we, T?
That is true.
That is true. So that's my taste of the week. Stone Soup. Get your tickets. Be a benefactor. What do they say? I'm not a religious person, but for the grace of God, there go I. You know, if you need that service in your life, it's nice to have it there as a backup. So
And if you can't show up for lunch, just donate. It means a
yeah,
lot.
exactly.
My taste of taste of the week was from Paper Sun down in San Francisco. It was just a bakery coffee store and it's a kind of Chinese inflected pastry program. So I got a Chinese sausage scone and a curry miso salt bread, which were amazing.
Wow.
Really,
Curry miso salt bread.
yeah. So there was this
So
like
what's the
sweet
texture of that like?
potato. It's salt bread's like milk bread, so it's
Uh-huh.
real
Okay.
soft.
Yeah.
Just salt on the top. But they stuffed it with like a sweet potato flavored with miso and curry.
Uh-huh.
It was delicious.
Ah.
And then a Chinese sausage scone, which was also amazing. Just
It sounds
super
like
good.
you.
I mean,
Chinese
it was
sausage.
delicious.
You know, that Chinese sausage, it's a little bit like a McDonald's hamburger, right? You can
Yeah.
put it on the counter and it's never going bad.
Yeah.
You can go back into millennia. and
Yeah,
have-
no, the flavor carried through. It was crispy on the outside of the scone, like really good.
You know, you probably know this already, but my favorite way to have Chinese sausage.
At dim sum
Yeah. You know where?
and a little rice.
Yeah, a little Nor My
Sticky
Guy,
rice.
right? Loretta
Yeah.
and I get our chopsticks out and we race to the middle of center earth of a Nor My
Yeah.
Guy.
Guest
And
of
whoever
honor.
gets the little chunk of lupchong is the winner.
Yeah.
And
For
the good news
sure.
is I outweigh her by like 5 times. So I just get in there at it.
Yum.
Yeah, there's no winning with me on that one. Although sometimes I will say I get distracted by the waiter, like, do you want this? And she's already in there trying to steal it.
Order 2.
What kind of kid is that does that to their father?
The apple and the tree.
Oh.
Kaplunk, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ouch.
Ooh, that hurts. So yeah. So where is this place? Tell us the name again. So when people are traveling,
It's in Soma District,
so that's South Market
South
by the
Market,
convention center, or
right by Moscona. Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. Second, I think it's on Second.
Did you get down to the ferry terminal?
I did. We walked through there, and pleasantly, I feel like San Francisco. Last time I was there was just during the pandemic. It was really in
yeah.
a terrible place, but it felt good. There were people out. Like here, the city closes down early by 8:39. Most places were empty.
Right.
We went to Tadich Grill, which used to be packed the whole way through.
Oldest restaurant in San Francisco, right? 1849 or something like that.
Yeah, by 8:30, we're the last table.
Yeah.
Was
It
it
was-
like
it was
that before
amazing.
the pandemic? That
I think a little bit. I think we forget a little bit that.
I felt more bustling
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
before, but maybe I'm just romanticizing it.
Do you have a favorite go-to dish at the Tadish Grill? Because I have definite opinions on that.
I got what I got last time, which was 2 decades ago, which was a crab cocktail and sole pan fried,
That's my pan fried. Mine is, they have
the charcoal
They have
grill.
the charcoal grill, and they do whole petrale sole,
Yeah,
and they serve it with a potato. Like they use their old baked potatoes, and they make baked potato tartar sauce. And
I
that
did not
petrale-
have that.
You didn't have that?
No, I had just put straight. And
Yeah.
there maybe was potato there. I didn't taste it that way.
baked potato tartar sauce.
Well, it's kind of like it's not kind of like it is tartar sauce that is somewhat thickened with baked potatoes.
That's a smart idea.
And first time I had it, I was like, this is kind of weird. It's a little oddly chunky, but of course the potato doesn't have a ton of flavor, so it
Yeah.
still tastes like tartar sauce.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of luscious quality about it.
I'm not sure that I ate the tartar sauce. I just
And
ate
you
the
have
fish.
to have a Bloody Mary at the Tadish Grill. That's a must.
I did not have a Bloody Mary.
Oh, oh,
It was delicious though.
yeah.
So perfect.
And those wood booths there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a classic old joint.
yeah, felt
You know,
great.
It's in the financial district down in San Francisco. All right, upcoming next, fired up for spring. Let's get your grill dialed in for the season on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Woohoo. It's hard to not clap. Yeah. Yeah, some days we have 20 people, some days we have 3, and it's just.
You can clap if you want. It's fine. Con, what's going on up here? Starting to look like me a little bit. What's going on?
How handsome.
It's grayish. Yeah, mine's just gray now, but hey, Annie. Come here for a sec, please. So I'm going to say something about this during my grill class. So have you posted anything on these days yet? In June? So I'm going to do the 17th. Does that work for you? Well, the weekend is Father's Day. The week before. No, I was saying the week before, but do you care? Isn't this a better day to do it? Or is it better on a weekend? Okay. So let's pick the 12th. Okay. When will you post that so I can say it? I understand, but when will you post it? As soon as you get it? Okay. All right. All right. I don't like her attitude.
I think she might have heard you. You got to do it. Deadlines, baby.
It was only yesterday. God, she's bossy. For such a little thing.
I know. She's so cute.
How can you sit next to her, Taylor? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. We're back here in the kitchen on Cairo Radio.
Woohoo!
I'm just trying to recover from a tongue lashing I just got from Annie Elmore, our executive director, for not getting my work done on time.
Yeah, she's strict.
Yeah, exactly. So what she was grilling me about, in case you're wondering, before we get to our subject matter, which is related in a bit.
Grilling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
grilling. I'm doing a Father's Day class on
Ooh.
June the 12th,
Ooh.
which of course she hasn't posted yet because she doesn't have her act together. And or I haven't got her the information yet. I'm not sure.
That.
Which,
Bingo.
why are you always on her side?
I think she's on one end of that too.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
No.
6/12 of 26 is our annual Father's Day class, a steak grilling class, how to use your grill in the most efficient manner, both direct and indirect heating, some slow rolling, some fast diving in. There's all sorts of ways to use your grill. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that as we come up. But she'll be posting this class, I think, in the next few days or so.
Fun.
Maybe even during the radio show, she'll post it. Don't know. 6/12/26. T,
Yes.
I know for a fact that you have one of those awesome Weber Summit charcoal grills, not their gas grill.
I do.
Well, maybe you've bought a gas grill since then.
No.
Oh, I like that face. Good job, T. Let's talk about charcoal grilling and how do you kind of get set up for your success for the season.
I did buy a Bincho grill though,
What's that?
which are the small rectangular Japanese grills cast out of like diatomaceous earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think in all the hipster restaurants you see them today.
Well, you see them, but they're not necessarily, I'll say, appropriate for the hood system.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because typically on any kind of open fire wood flame, it's supposed to have its own vent and hood, which most of the time people get around by putting in little ones underneath any hood. But it's interesting because the big kettle, Tom got me this big Weber charcoal kettle, and they cook differently. The Bincho grill is really just direct fire because the surface area is tiny, whereas the Weber is large, and you can do indirect or direct. So it is interesting. The flavor is so much different because it's smokier off the Weber because you have the top. So you're going to just keep all that smoke inside, whereas the Bincho is not. But the Bincho crisps better than the Weber.
Well, the flame is right up next to the grate.
Yeah.
And it's what I like about it when I use it is that you use a ton less charcoal because if you're just making an appetizer, say, or just want to grill some bread, you can just use a few pieces of charcoal to accomplish what in the Weber you need a lot
more.
Yeah.
Do you use the same charcoal or do you use the special super dense Bincho?
Well, I was going to ask Tom because I use Jealous Devil, which is a hardwood. Kingsford doesn't get hot enough, and it burns out really quick. But what I did also get now, and now I'll probably switch maybe to the actual Bincho wood, but I just got a little canister to put the wood in, extinguishes it, because you can reuse it. Before I was just letting it burn out, but
Yeah.
now I'll just throw it in, toss it into this little canister, choke it off, and then reuse it. So
Smart.
This time of year, when I'm getting set for the season, I use my charcoal grill all year long.
so do I.
But I use it more during the spring, summer, fall season. I'm always checking my starter on my. We have the same grill.
Mhm.
It's the big oversized kettle. What I love about this charcoal grill, and again, it's called the Summit, is that it's like a green egg in that it has an inch thick wall.
Yeah.
So you've all seen a Weber kettle or any sort of kettle. It's just a thin piece of metal.
Yeah.
This has an inch thick wall, and it's got 2 levels that you can grill on. One for searing steaks, one for a little slower roasting a duck or a chicken or things of that nature. So there's lots of ways to adjust this grill. It's got
Yeah.
damper top and bottom, which works perfectly. I just don't understand how awesome that is. Let's see, how do I want to say that? I can't believe how awesome it is and how well it works for such. It's just a little clip on the top and a little clip on the bottom, and you can put your fire out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is
so,
crazy.
It's so efficient.
Especially when you get it dialed in, because now I know exactly how open I should have it.
Right.
Mhm.
Another thing I like about a charcoal grill, and if you don't have one, you should get one, is a thermometer in the top. I think the biggest mistake people make often when they're grilling is they have no idea what's going on inside that grill. They don't know what temperature it is. They don't know the searing temp, the placement of the charcoal. They don't really think about it. You want to indirect or direct. But if you don't have a grill with a thermometer in the top where you can actually see what's going on in there, just take a little drill a
Yeah.
hole and drop in a thermometer. It's not going to hurt anything, and it works perfectly. So
You taught that to us at summer camp, and we
Oh,
all
did I?
did that. We all
Yeah.
got our drills out and put in thermometers, and now mine has one. But
yeah, exactly. But I will say that you can't just put any thermometer in there, right? You have
It'll
to find the
melt.
right
Yeah.
thermometer that
Yeah.
goes up to 1,000 degrees or whatever.
what
I-
are other mistakes that home cooks make?
On a charcoal grill,
Mhm.
I like a grate that has an opening. Like almost all the Webers have a opening on either side of the round, so
Mhm.
that it flips back and you can add charcoal. It's
Uh,
really helpful instead of trying to get the whole thing out with, say, a chicken or
Hot.
2 or a prime rib on it. That takes more hours.
Mhm.
That you have to actually refuel. It's nice to have that little access point to refuel. What about you?
I actually think just not tending it. Like if you don't watch what you're cooking, it's not going to happen. So I
That's a
think
mistake that people make.
yeah.
Yeah, but they also lift the lid too often too.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you're smoking, if you're grilling, I think just being there.
yeah.
I think the next part, it's funny on the Bincho grill, things curl. I gotta get a fish weight or a
Right.
meat weight, because part of that is their signature look. Those grates have little tiny squares, so getting these little crisp tiny squares, like if it curls up, you're not going to get that. So kind of just that, and keeping your grills just nicely cleaned, and oiled or greased, however you want to
How
look
do you
at it.
spell the grill that you're talking about?
BINCHOTAN.
Okay, good. Now downstairs at Lola, our Greekish restaurant downstairs, we have all of our little kebabs that we make. We put on our sizzling platters with the onions and the ouzo and blah blah blah. One of the reasons they're successful from a cook's perspective is that all the meat is cut in the same size.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see a big kebab in a grocery store. You got a chunk of meat, a chunk of green pepper, a chunk of mushroom or whatever. They don't all cook the same.
Yeah.
And it's really important, I think, just go with the meat, go with those. I go typically 1/2 inch square, something like that, 3/4 inch square, but all the same size so that they cook evenly.
Yeah. I think in yakitori restaurants, you see that. It's
Yeah.
like everything is so perfectly
So,
aligned
cute.
in size.
Yes,
Yeah. It's so
yeah.
cute. Like,
so what about essential tools? Grilling tools.
I think the one is mental.
Uh-huh.
You know what the mental one is? Set it and forget it. Give it time to caramelize so that
Don't flip it.
so that don't flip it halfway through its caramelization. Then you tear off whatever caramelization you have and it burns on the grill and you don't get it. But to me, setting it and forgetting it, let that meat juice set on the and caramelized.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about grilling is it's fairly simple, like tongs and a spatula, and you're done. As far as tools go,
I just got a new one after listening to the leg of lamb segment.
Oh yeah.
I got a mop.
Oh, did
Yes,
you?
it comes with 3 different ones. It's a little cast iron holder, and then you can keep on
Yeah,
basting
keep
your
on
meat.
nice.
Yeah.
Lemon, garlic, olive oil.
hmm
Yeah,
So I'm excited to get that going.
love it. I did a mop on pork tenderloin down in Phoenix this last couple days.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I don't like pork tenderloin. I'm just saying. The only time I've ever really had it where I loved it is when it's beat the crap out of it, put a little breading on it, and make an Indiana State Fair pork tenderloin sandwich.
Oh,
Blue ribbon winner right there.
it's like
Classy.
fried crispy pork, I guess.
What's wrong with that, right? Well, you know, tonkatsu. Come
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
no, I enjoy it.
You know, fried anything. Why not? All right, that's the way to get your spring grilling started. Get out there, enjoy yourself. It's all good fun. Doug Farr, Executive Director of Seattle Farmers Market Association, is going to join us next with news on what's going on around town. On Cairo Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM. Hello.
you're going to be right around
Super awesome. Is that beet greens or turnip greens? What's sticking out the top of there? Yeah. Beet greens. Yeah. Love them. I like the greens so much more than I like the beets. Ah.
Ah, is it milder than a?
So it's-
It's nice. Nice.
Okay.
Can't really see it. Oh, there we go.
There it goes. Awesome.
Don't take his face off, Cam. How do I know if I'm talking to Cam or the Cam? Yeah.
Okay, Doug, give it a
You're gonna
try.
Stab him to death with pussy willows.
All right. How's this?
That's good.
Am I close enough? Good morning.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Good morning.
You bring the lavender.
Yeah.
Welcome back. It's the Hot Stove Society Show in Cairo. Doug Farr is here. He's the executive director of the Seattle Farmers Market Association with news from the South Lake Union Farmers Market and some shopping bags too for our guests. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Tell us about you and what you're doing.
So, I'm the director of the Seattle Farmers Market Association, and we have 4 markets that go one that goes year round, which is Ballard Farmers Market. We started the Madison Farmers Market last year, and we have Wallingford over in the Meridian Park. And then we also have Madrona Central District down in the grocery outlet parking lot
Uh-huh.
throughout the week. So this year, we are opening a new market on 6th Avenue, right by the Amazon Spheres. And it's going to go right down 6 for 2 blocks, and that's the South Lake Union Saturday Farmers Market.
That's
I've-
exciting.
I've got caught in that little U-turn a few times.
Me too. Our parking lot is right next to
I
it.
know, exactly.
Yeah.
And you have typical farmers. Are the same farmers that hang out at Ballard and Central, or is it a different group of farm?
It's a lot of the farms that go to Ballard.
Uh-huh.
We've got a couple new farms of which will be coming in, but we've picked out some of the best ones that would feel like they can go into the new neighborhood and bring in a wide variety. Part of running a farmer's market is basically it's just like a grocery store that operates kind of like a circus.
Right.
We come in once a week, we throw up the tents, throw out our product, and all of the acts show up.
Now, are you involved in curating the market to make sure that it actually is like going to a grocery store? You have a meat guy, a fish guy, a vegetable, flowers, all that thing. Do you curate that way?
I do 100%. with Ballard in particular, we get about 20 applications, maybe 30, and we only select one out of that. We have a wide variety of applications and farms. The nice thing about Ballard, besides the size, is it goes year round, and every single vendor every year we pick. And so we don't want to have too much meat of pork or too much beef, because we want to support the farm that's bringing it there and make sure that they have enough sales. And the same thing with all of our crops. With Ballard, and we're going to be doing the same thing with South Lake Union, once we can make it a year-round market, we bring farms from all four corners of the state. The majority of them are less than 100 miles. And it gives the farmer an opportunity that they can come sell on Saturday, sell on Sunday, and then they get to do what they love most, which is being on a farm.
Or
And
being in our restaurants.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the distinction between a farmer's market and a produce market is the farmers are bringing only their own produce, and a produce market bringing from anywhere like California, Arizona, or Florida. So they aren't selling anything outside of the state of Washington, correct?
Correct. Everything that comes to a Washington State farmers market, especially our market, it comes only from Washington State. You're not
Yeah.
going to find bananas, avocados.
Yeah, no, I think, and it's an important distinction because, it being micro or close to your product, it's hard to be close if it's coming from California, or, in that regard. And supporting those people that are actually producing here in state is a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, it gives the farmer and the customer the opportunity to get to know each other. And most of them kind of like become family with the farmer. And so they know what product they're bringing in. They can talk to them about how to use it, or, how it's raised. And some farmers actually have the customers come out to their farm. So you get to kind of become a part of the family.
Do you ever get envy? I'm from LA.
Yeah.
And, there, the farmer's market are year round with,
Local produce.
local produce. Sometimes I go down there, during off season here, because it's incredible how short the season is really, and how it doesn't really get going till July, June.
Yeah.
For the heart of it. But I go down there and I get envy as a chef, like, oh my God, it's March and they have all this stuff, and we're still waiting.
I used to live down in the LA area in San Diego, and part of what I enjoy is every single vacation that I take, I go support the local farmers market,
Yeah.
check it out, get new ideas, and also kind of tell the farmer manager, the market manager, hello, and we get to share little stories together and things like
Yeah.
that. And I'm always amazed at the San Diego farmers markets that go every year, just the abundance that they can still have. We still have a lot that comes in year round. We're blessed with having some farms, like we have one over in Chimicum, which is Spring Rain Farms. When they started out with the market, which is about 2017, I believe, they were coming over on the ferry, and they were basically just operating out of, with what was seasonal. And because of coming into Ballard, they've been able to build up their infrastructure, and the farmer over there has created greenhouses that circulate through through the ground, and then is able to keep it warm in the winter and cool during the summer. And so
Cool.
he's bringing greens through most of a wide variety of product throughout the year.
Yeah. Awesome.
ET, that reminded me when you said that, being a little bit jealous. I was with Alice Waters, and we went together to Chino Farms. And she was at that time, it was 25, 30 years ago. And she was espousing buying local and stuff like that. And here we are at Chino Farms. It's like where they literally are putting half the crop into the ground, just composting it, because it's not perfect enough for Alice.
Yeah.
Right. Which to me is a sin in itself, where why that doesn't go to the food bank or somewhere. But but Alice is out there espousing the joy of a farmer's market, and she has this at her fingertips. It was like, oh my God. I love you, Alice, but come on.
Yeah. Well, I think 25 years ago, they probably didn't have it, but there are a lot of non-profits now that are reclaiming a lot of that unused or unusable, quote unquote, produce directly from the farm and distributing it to non-profits that will get it out to people.
This time of year, we have tulips and pussy willows. I see in your bag.
We do.
Lots of flower.
Lot-
Are they coming from the Garlic Gulch down in Kent, or are your guys coming from up north?
Most of them are
Connor?
coming from up north.
Uh-huh.
Our tulip farmer that starts the earliest, he actually has them in greenhouses, and then they force them, and so he has them at the end of January, right ready for Valentine's Day and stuff like this. And
Right.
it's kind of amazing to have flowers in the middle of the winter.
And tell us about, you've got this culinary dried lavender. And I was going to ask the chefs how you would use this.
Soap.
Soap.
So
With cilantro and
So
soap.
when you say culinary dried, why are you clarifying to culinary compared to say soap?
with that in particular, you can use it for part of the foods, whether you sprinkle it on a salad or whether you make some drinks out of it.
So it
and
just
things of
means that
nature.
it wasn't sprayed, or it's the same
Correct.
lavender but not sprayed.
There's certain varieties of which are a little bit better than others.
Uh-huh.
I used to live over in Squim, and I ran a market over here, the Fremont Market, and so I drove back and forth. And so these farmers over there have the weather is so much better for growing lavender, and some of those
It's the
farms,
regular Provence over there.
yeah, it's known as the
What
blue-
is a rain shadow right there?
It is the rain shadow. Yeah, when I lived out there, they actually have a cactus, which is this squim cactus that's native. It only gets 14 inches of rain, whereas Seattle gets about 45 to 50. And only 50 miles away is the whole rainforest, which gets 240 inches of rain. So
Wow.
Squim's technically a desert.
Yeah.
Funny.
I have a friend that has a permaculture farm there, and then probably mostly grows cannabis, I'd say.
You have a certain type of friend, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Day One Community Farm Fund that's supporting the
Yeah.
South Lake Union, correct?
Yeah. So the Day One Community Fund, we're excited to be launching it because it's going to be serving first off to help the farmer during the first few years, or specifically the first few months of opening this market, and it's also going to be serving the community. And part of as opening any business, it's challenging to hold off while customers create their habits to coming to you and supporting you. And these farmers are picking out a lot of these vegetables and other products, bringing them to the market. They're 1 day old, and they can't really hold on to them longer than that. And what we're doing with the Day One Community Fund is we're raising money right now and asking for sponsorships. And then we're going to be having that money to support the farmer. So the farmer brings in a number of products, not knowing what their sales are going to be. At the end of the day, we're going to buy the surplus products and donate it to the local community. So it's going to be staying local. It's not being wasted, but it also helps the farmers to stay in it. Most farmers pick out the farmers market based upon how successful it might be and how their sales might be. And a brand new farmers market takes a while, just like any small business. It takes a while to build up.
And you've been doing this for quite some time, right? 10 years?
Yes,
As-
I've been running farmers markets for 11 years.
Mhm.
And then back in my 20s and 30s, I operated a number of small businesses in Utah. And I was actually raised on a farm up in the mountains of Utah in Morgan.
A reminder, this South Lake Union Farmers Market, there's free parking at the Amazon buildings.
Yes, the one thing that we're blessed is that all of the Amazon buildings has free parking all day long. And so, we can
That's going to be a huge benefit.
we can accommodate thousands of people to park, and you're within 1 block. Just ride the elevator up and you're right at the front door of the farmers market.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I just was eating the last of the freezer peas that we put away, so it's
Yeah.
time for fresh peas out there. Fresh asparagus is hitting the markets. I'm anxious to get down there and see what people are bringing in. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, when as soon as we open up, please come find me and I'll give you a personal tour.
June
perfect.
6th through Thanksgiving, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so much more to do today. We're going to jump right into ordinary to extraordinary. My guess is that at any farmer's market right now, you're going to start seeing some halibut, and that's what we're going to talk about next on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Thanks for bringing all the treats.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can pass it out to the guests. So that's a little early.
I love his jeans.
Okay, we're back here in the kitchens on Cairo. It's the Hot Stove Society show. We're having a fast and furious day around here. Why wouldn't you? I'm Tom Douglas.
I'm Chef Eric Tanaka.
There you go, partner in crime here at TD & Co. And Bex, what do we got next?
We're doing ordinary to extraordinary, and it's Pacific halibut season right now.
Mhm.
I had my first halibut cheeks the other day.
What did you pay a pound? Do you remember?
It was a small dish. It was $27. So
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it was a pound.
okay.
I'm not going to name the restaurant because what they did is they tried to get a hard sear on the cheeks, and it just turned it kind of into it
Shredded.
ruined it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I get it, but you don't want to treat a halibut cheek like a scallop. You can't. Yeah. So
Hence today's topic.
exactly. So
Because I'm not a halibut cheek person, but I think you are, right, T?
mm,
I do like more texture.
Yeah.
mhm. But I love halibut in general, and now's the time. So us ordinary people would just make it simply. So we want to know what you
So
guys.
tell me what an ordinary is so that we know where we're jumping off.
Well, you could just do a simple. I think the first halibut I ever did years ago was sounds kind of tacky: mayonnaise, sour cream, Italian. I'm not done.
Italian seasoning?
seasoning, and then Parmesan cheese.
Oh, Lord.
That's
And
cool.
it was really good. I haven't done it in years, but that
you
was my.
remember the
But you could put anything under that chicken and pork. Like,
remember the Ark restaurant out in Willapa Bay?
No.
Yeah, they got so famous. Well, number one, they knew James Beard or something like that. But
Uh-huh.
anyway, I think James Beard said something about them 40 years ago, and they
Okay.
became very well known. But they got famous for their halibut du chef.
Oh, you've talked
you
about this. And
remember
what is?
that?
Yeah,
It's halibut baked with tartar sauce on top.
Yeah.
So it sounded a little bit
It's like-
like what
exactly.
you just did. Yeah.
because halibut's pretty dry, so you put a fat on it,
Yeah.
and then you get a little crisp on there from the parm.
Was Jamela and who's the other woman out there? Nancy?
yes.
I think Jamela and
Yeah, yeah.
Nancy. Yeah.
So how do you guys like to do halibut?
I would. I just got some koji, so I would just give it a
Oh.
quick koji cure.
So what is koji?
Just fermented hamazake. It's like just rice
Yeah.
culture.
And how long
Um,
does that take to get that taste or develop
I would do
ferment.
it 4 hours ish,
Mhm.
plus or minus. Depends on how thin it or thick it is. Longer if it's thicker, less if it's thinner. And then I would saute that up, and I would just pair it with a mushroom dashi,
Mm.
and then some. I would put some peas in there, so kind of highlighting, maybe not Parmesan mayo, everything, but kind of trying to just bring out the sweetness of the fish
Uh-huh.
and kind of enjoy it, especially the first of this season.
Mhm.
I don't love halibut. I like an oilier fish, but I think people who love it want to kind of make it not so fishy. So just bringing out that sweetness to me is what I would try and do.
It's interesting to me how many people love halibut but don't like salmon because salmon's too fishy for
Right.
them.
It is
And
very
I
neutral.
find fresh salmon to be pretty neutral, just like
Mhm.
fresh halibut. So unless you're eating the skin, then you might have a little different say to it. But
Yeah.
in general,
And then we have a listener, Noel, was asking how you use your Rub with Love spice blends. So how would you use one of your blends with halibut?
at this point, down at our restaurant, Mr. Fish, we're doing fish tacos. So at this point, I would put that lemony, citrusy, mild chili rub on it, give it a hard sear, and put it on a fish taco.
Mhm.
It happens to be what Jackie, my wife, and Loretta's favorite little dish
Little
out
bite.
there for lunch.
Mm.
I have a couple of fish tacos. It feels light,
Yeah. Feels like.
but it's interesting to me that things that feel light, like chicken salad or fish tacos or whatever, are often full of
Man,
fat.
yes.
Yeah. Right.
Uh-huh.
Like fish tacos or chicken salad just just doused in mayonnaise. The same thing with tuna salad. So you think, God, do I have fish and chip or do I have the tuna salad? You think that you're doing something smart, but I would bet it's not the same fat, if not more, by going that direction.
For sure.
For sure.
ET, do you use Rub with Love blends?
I use mushroom, which we are out of, and I use mushroom because to me it's umami.
Mhm.
So just as a base of flavor, I love it.
And I think Noelle's asking, how do you use it? Not just you just sprinkle it on. How do you actually prepare?
I use it to fortify. So I'll make a stew of some sort, and I'll always add in some of that, just really as a base of flavor, like a seasoning.
Mhm.
Is how I use it.
And you can use that with any of the rubs. Honestly, they all kind of melt into whatever you're working on, or become a searing rub, or there's just the kind of the flavor profile. Like our Serious Pizza Spice
Mhm.
is a glorified Italian seasoning, right? So it would be beautiful on chicken or halibut,
Mhm.
or with mayonnaise and sour cream.
Why not?
Why not? I'm curious about, for me, when I do halibut, I'm always thinking about how to get more fat onto it.
Mhm.
So I like a little thinner slice, and then I poach it either in butter or in olive oil.
Oh, wow.
And that to me is a way to kind of give it that oily texture.
Uh-huh.
So you don't want your fat to be over 180 degrees, 190 degrees, because your fish is going to end up in that spot.
It gets that hot?
Yeah. Well, I put it in at that temperature,
Right.
then I
It
turn
just
the,
takes a while to get
Yeah.
to that spot.
Right.
I
right.
put it in at that temperature, and then I turn the fire off.
Okay.
And just let the fish sit in that, which, of course, the French have always done with court bouillon.
Right.
A little carrot, celery,
Mhm.
anise broth. You can do the same thing with olive oil and garlic and herbs.
So
Just put the fish in, turn the fire off. Terry, the chef of
yes,
the
we've
Chapeau, our
talked about
old
his,
pal,
yeah.
used to do this all the time. But when he would do it for our night service, you put 10 pounds of butter into a pot,
Mhm.
and you simply all night long, you just continue to poach and poach and poach in that
Mhm.
butter. So
And there's science behind it where it doesn't really absorb a lot of the fat.
No, it
It's
doesn't
kind
at
of
all,
like duck
yeah.
confit. People are afraid of it, but really it's not absorbing it. It's just
right.
helping the cook. I forgot about poaching. That's something I want to do more of.
I want to go back to halibut cheeks. So you'll see them in every market, and it's not something I ever buy. I think Jackie likes them more than I do. But how would you treat halibut cheeks differently than you treat a halibut fillet?
To me, it's the same.
The same.
To me, it's just
They're just
texturally.
stringier.
Yeah,
right?
they're stringier.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I like the bite.
Uh-huh.
And I've done it with the morel sauce before. It's just kind of perfect springtime.
Wow, you go from sour cream and
well,
mayonnaise
no, that
to
was
morel
20 years
sauce?
ago. Now I'm, 20
That
years
is
smarter.
fancy.
Yeah.
New
so now
woman.
I do fancy morel, like a little ghee,
Uh-huh.
and then sear scallops or the halibut cheeks. And then it's morel season. So
Right.
although I'm using dried morels. So
That's all right.
yeah.
I think they have more flavor, honestly, than
The
fresh
dried-
morels because, it's all concentrated, dried. You can powder them. You could use them reconstituted, but
That's what I
Right.
do. And I use the juice. I made a mushroom risotto the other day in a pressure cooker with, so it's made super fast.
yeah,
Yeah. It's really good.
kind of hard to stir in a pressure cooker, isn't it?
Well, you just get it boiling, put it on for about 5 minutes, and then it does its business on high. And then I opened it up and stirred it, and you're getting
Uh-huh.
some of the moisture out. And you can either add more, and then you just put in like a quarter cup or half a cup of Parmesan cheese, and that makes it all creamy. So it's not taking as much effort or
Uh-huh.
ingredients to get that creaminess. It's really good.
Boy, that effort, that stirring is tough work.
It's a cheater way, and it comes out
Yeah, no,
delicious.
I think it's interesting for me because I've had a pressure cooker for 40 years.
And how many times have you used it?
Not once. It's been sitting in the cabinet for 40 years.
I'm surprised it's not at Goodwill yet. That's your.
Oh, I've
wow.
sent some to the Goodwill, and then
Yeah.
Jackie buys it because what did you do with my pressure cooker? And then
Oh,
she
I
buys
see.
another one. Yeah.
I see.
Every time I take it to Goodwill, she thinks of it as a shopping opportunity.
Mhm.
Sweet.
But the seals can't be good after 40 years, are they?
If you never use them,
Halibut on the grill. We talked about earlier in the show about grilling. This is the time when you want to think about indirect heat. It's a very lean fish, and so
Mhm.
when you think about your grill and you've got your one side set up to be your charcoal, the other side is your indirect, and then you can think about the heat line in between,
Mhm.
right? Because there's a transition point between the full heat and the no heat side of the grill. There's a heat line. I tend to move my halibut towards the center of that heat line, so that I'm just picking up some some temperature, but I'm not searing
Mhm.
too hard because
Good tip.
a chunk of halibut's going to take a while to cook all the way through, and then you got kind of burnt fish on the outside, and you don't.
And unlike salmon, you don't want it medium rare in there.
No.
You want it cooked through. Yeah.
Well, you want it cooked, yeah, and you
Yeah.
should really be careful on halibut in the belly area of the fish because it can have
Worms.
parasites.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Not all fish can, but that's one thing to kind of keep an eye
Salmon
on.
does.
Yeah, keep an eye on warmer water halibut is where the issue is.
Okay.
Boy, that was fun.
Yeah. Left with
Went from halibut to chef to morel pasta or morel risotto and halibut. Tom Vin's coming up next in our second hour, along with behind the scenes at TD & Co. We talk Spanish cuisine with Chef Oscar Amador. And of course, we will wrap up today's show with Food for Thought tasty trivia. And I don't like the guy sitting behind you when it comes to trivia. Is he
Oh.
playing today?
I think we're going to bring
Ringer.
him up to the mic.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Here we go. On Cairo Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. They got to be there. If the halibut's out, the cheeks are out. So. Halibut bellies that are caught in too warm. No, they're nothing on the halibut is fatty, but in warmer water they can have worms. So it's just something to keep an eye out. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to water?
I would. Oh man. So cottonmouth. All right. Okay. Does that
Right up
work?
tight to it, Tom.
Even
There we
closer?
go.
Like this?
Ton's been on the mic a bit.
Okay. I know. I feel like I'm licking an ice cream.
You have to.
I always call you ET. Should I say that now? Just ET?
Absolutely. They make me say my whole name here.
Ah, okay. I was like, oh God, can I call him ET? That's why I
Nah,
call you. when we're off
yeah.
air. No worries.
Remember the days when you couldn't have your photo taken? Were you around for that?
I know.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to dance around that now.
Yeah.
Just like there's so many ways to hide. I think it's great because there's so many Asians in Seattle, and I'm only 5'7", so I just blend in when I go to a hot restaurant.
Seattle, like 25% Asian, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. When I'm in Bellevue, I'm safe because it's like 50% Asian, the demographic. You can't even track me down. But pretty much talk this loud. This is fine.
Yeah, that's
This
good.
is-
But you have to stay on the mic.
I gotta stay on the mic. Okay, good.
We'll wait
All
for
right.
ET.
ET.
Oh, that's right. ET is
All
In
right.
the house.
taking a minute
All
off.
right.
Here.
Is it nice and close?
I know. So weird. Because I'm so used to being in NPR studio where I can.
I thought you had your own
Oh.
podcast now, right?
I do. It's a long
Here,
story.
move the mic towards you. It's coming off. There we
Oh.
go.
So the
Much-
NPR ones, you can talk back here?
Huh?
When you're on NPR, you can talk back
Well, the
here
mic
instead
is
here?
NPR,
Yes,
the
I'm
mic-
on there
Yeah.
also.
We
'Cause they
need
played on
fancy
it
NPR.
mics.
hangs out over your head.
Okay.
So I can talk like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it
good.
works. This is much better because I'm right on.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hit my nose or something. So this vacant is 15 minutes.
12.
12.
And then the next one's 10.
Then we take a
Actually-
break and it's Q&A. And okay, got it. Fun.
12:10.
I got to think, is this where you teach the serious pie dough class?
Yeah.
Or not the
Yeah.
actual recipe,
Pizza
but
dough,
close
pizza
like
class.
pizza dough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, take one of these classes.
We used to have
It's
them
fun.
over there in the dough room. Now that it's Neb, not so much.
Yeah. No, the classes are a lot of fun. Eric Tanaka.
It's funny. I needed you to say that so I could remember. I always call him ET
Uh-huh.
to a point where I can't remember. It's Eric
What's his
Tanaka.
real- yeah.
And of course,
He's
we
always
call him
ET to
T.
me.
We
call him
shortened it
T?
even more. T.
Just keep it really
Tom, you're so lazy.
Yeah.
ET is not short enough.
No,
T.
Mr. T.
Yep.
We are back here in the kitchens on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society radio show coming to you every week. We're thrilled that to be in our 23rd season,
Yes.
even though we celebrated
25 last year.
Ton Vinh, food and drink writer at the Seattle Times, longtime journalist known for spotting everything from hidden gems to major openings in the Seattle dining scene, is joining us in the hot seat.
Woohoo.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Welcome. Absolutely.
Tom, can I tell you, like ever since I had a podcast with KUW and NPR, I'm so scared to listen to your show. You're so damn good.
Oh,
Aw.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're so damn good. It's intimidating.
What's coming next, buddy? I know you.
Butter them up.
Yeah. Tell us about how you got to where you are.
Oh, the quick story is I used to be an education reporter
That's
And
a
I-
shocker.
and I hated it. And I went to one school board meeting when the meeting ran to midnight.
Oh,
And at midnight, the lights automatically turn off. And I'm like, thank God, that's a sign from above that the meeting is over.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
The school board president asked the janitor to turn the lights back on. And that's when I knew I'm done,
Yeah,
man.
you're
I
outta
cannot
here.
do this education
Wow.
beat.
I thought you were going to
First
say that
meeting.
you go to Chinatown at midnight when the lights go out. You go to Chinatown because
There you go.
it used to be tons of restaurants open past midnight.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish I was, but the meeting lasted till 1 a.m. And that's when I told my, you got to get me off this beat.
Yeah.
I'm not married, I have kids, so I'm not really vested
Uh-huh.
in this as a education reporter.
but food is your passion.
It is. And I used to be the travel writer at Seattle Times. And a lot of my travel stories had a food angle. So I inched my way towards the food beat. I was a drink columnist.
Uh-huh.
So I drink for a living for quite a while. Wow.
Whiskey specialist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of my mom, who told me not to drink much in college. And see, Mom,
Look, I made it.
right?
My grandmom taught me how to sip Jack Daniels and slug a Pabst Blue Ribbon. So
There you go.
I have some of that same background, except mine was all for it.
I tease my mom all the time. I say, Mom, you always give me a hard time for drinking in college. But look
Here-
at my
here we
column.
are, here
I'm
we
a drink
are.
columnist.
Exactly.
So describe a week in the life. What's your week like? Because you have to eat a lot.
I do. And I should put an asterisk on this. Do not do what I do. It just worked for me because my body is weird. But I eat 3 dinners a night and I fast the following day. So on my eating binge, the first meal is at 4 p.m.
Okay.
It's usually by myself because my friends have jobs. So it's usually I eat by myself at the bar. It's usually happy hour. And this is where I get a lot of the news and the scoop because when it's 4 p.m., I have the bar to myself, or it's usually a line cook and I can always schmooze and find out what's going on. Second meal comes around 6, and that's when I meet with my friends. It could be happy hour, but usually a dinner, a place I haven't been to before. I just want to check out something, a theme or something. And the third dinner, that's a big dinner. That's around 8 p.m. That's when I meet with another group of friends. And that's the meal where I usually do a restaurant review or just check out a place for a bigger theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning I fast and I'll drink 3 espressos and that'll just curb my appetite. It also does something else to my system, but I don't gross people out. So it's not that hard. I mean, I just realized if you drink coffee, man, it just curbs your appetite
Yeah.
in the morning.
I don't know if I find that. But your routine, that's kind of what I do when I go traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have first breakfast, second breakfast, one lunch, and then 2 or 3 dinners.
Wow.
But I
you-
won't fast the next day because I think, and you were just down in Mexico City,
Yeah.
like you just keep going and going and going. And places where there are enough places that you're like, oh, I got to try this. Oh, I got to try this.
Yeah.
Like you're just trying to like keep up with your itinerary. So
Yeah.
I imagine it's much the same for you. Just like
Yeah, I
there's
don't-
so much to check out.
Yes, I don't know why that works for me because I'm 20 pounds lighter as opposed to eating out every night. I mean, I do hot yoga with a hoodie on. That's my superpower. It's my like poor man's sauna.
Uh-huh.
It just works for me. I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people do not copy my schedule. I don't know why I've lost 20 pounds fasting on alternative days because I don't think I eat less. Metabolism, I don't know.
I missed the whole fasting the next day part.
That's not part of your vocabulary.
Hey, you know, Ton, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the long history of John Hindenburger at the Seattle Times, who
Yeah.
passed last week or 2 weeks ago or so. And I have such mixed emotions about food critics. I have
I know
one of
you do.
my favorite quotes from Teddy Roosevelt. I could say that later if we want, but have you heard that quote?
I have.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, when you asked me on the show, you said, "You sure? Is he going to poison me?"
No.
But anyway, John Hindenburg, I give credit for saving my bacon, as I think I sent you a
Yes.
note about that.
Please
because,
tell the listeners what
well,
he
it
did
used to
for you.
be, and I think this goes to the question: the difference between a critic and a
Influencer.
the difference between a food critic and a food influencer,
Mhm.
which is when we opened the Dahlia Lounge 35 plus years ago, or 1989. You used to have to wait for hopefully get a review. You weren't guaranteed a review in the paper. We were in the middle of, at that time, Cracktown, USA, it's downtown Seattle. And I mean, it cracks me up today when people worry about downtown Seattle. Do you know how bad it was during the crack years in the 80s? It was horrible. But anyway, we would wait and wait and wait, and we had undercapitalized, over budgeted, everything that you do wrong in opening a new restaurant, and desperate for some sort of recognition so people knew that we were there. And you always worry about the other side of that recognition, right?
Right.
There's always the good and bad that comes with it. But anyway, we waited our 6-8 weeks for John to show up. We didn't, at that time, I didn't know what he looked like or whatever. So we was just hoping.
Did you know that he was going to come eventually to your restaurant?
Well, he loved Cafe Sport, where I had come from, so I assumed that he was going to make it to the Dahlia. But like I said, that took 8 weeks. Now it takes. We did a
8 hours.
pre-opening dinner, and we get reviews on it when we do a soft opening, and we tell people, do
Don't
not review
comment.
us online.
Yeah.
They still do it. 8 minutes is a long time to wait.
Yeah.
So anyway, so John came in. We had a terrible tragedy on New Year's Eve. We lost
Snow.
240 of our 250 reservations because of the snow.
Oh.
And so we ended up with 50 lobsters. And I happened to have pot sticker wraps in my freezer. So I made lobster pot stickers.
Oh.
And John happened to come in 2 weeks later. He had the lobster pot stickers and then went off on them. There's a picture in the paper, the best pot stickers he ever had, blah, blah, blah. At that time, I'm a Caucasian dude. Getting pot stickers in my restaurant was an unusual thing. Our fortunes turned overnight.
Nice.
Mhm.
It was just
And-
packed as soon as the review ran.
Well, as it used to be, yeah, the phone starts ringing off the hook as soon as it hits the newsstands, right? I didn't even have to buy a paper to see if it was a good review because the phone started ringing, and it was awesome. But that's the way it used to be.
Yes. And I should tell listeners out there, the way it used to be is like you give the restaurant at least a month, at least,
Yeah.
before you actually review a restaurant. Now, for me, I do go when it's open because I need to write the opening column to announce its opening. So I go just to find out, hey, what's the special? They serve roast chicken or spaghetti or what
Yeah.
have you. But I don't review a restaurant until after 4 weeks. And it's usually a review over a span of 3 to 4 visits over a span of 6 to 8 weeks. I try not to catch you in between season because that's the worst. Because then I could write a spring menu, and then if it runs in the summer,
Yeah.
nothing makes any sense because everything I ate. But you're right. In this new world order, as soon as you open, you get a review from influencers
Yeah.
right off the bat. It's crazy. That's just bonkers.
So what should when people are looking at an influencer's review and people are looking at your review, what should they take from the two different kind of, one's a professional, one is, well, I hate to say they're not professional, but it's a style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you asked this because when I speak at schools, they don't realize the difference. The public doesn't realize the difference. A restaurant critic for a newspaper, we have an expense account. So I'm forbidden to take free meals, and I don't need to take free meals because all my meals are
I want
paid
your
for.
money.
But for food influencers, they don't have an expense account, so they rely on restaurants to, give them free meals.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I think it was Eric Bond and Monsoon. Great restaurant.
Sure.
I think you're a fan. Some influencer once called him and said, "Hey, I'll give you a good review if you just cook me for dinner for me, my friends of 8 to 10.
That's
And
not
if you-
cool.
And if you throw in a couple bottle of wine, I'll do a video." Needless to say, Eric had some choice words and he hung up and slammed.
Yeah.
But that's the way it rolls. Not all food influencers do that. And I know people get mad at food influencers, but for them to make money, they don't have an expense account. So how are they going to pay for all these meals? So I get what they're doing. But I guess your dilemma is like, man,
There are rules around that though. If you do that, you're supposed to be transparent. Say, I did receive this
Yes.
for this.
I'll give food influencers credit. Some do, a lot don't. Just from
I think
talking
a
to
lot
chefs.
don't. Yeah.
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 Yeah. But you can tell, right? Because if you're in food influencers, unless you have a significant other who's in tech, how can you afford this huge
Yeah.
feast?
Every
It's
night.
like $300 to $500. You have an expense account like a.
I can
a
tell you how
restaurant.
they do it. I get it every day. Chargebacks.
Oh,
It's a terrible problem in the restaurant business right now where people come in, they use their credit card, eat up, and then they challenge the card, the charge with their credit card company.
Oh.
It's just doing one for $500 right now.
oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a terrible issue. Yeah.
And how do you handle it? Because the customer is
We have
always
no-
right. So
we have the customer is
no.
always
I'm
right.
saying that's
Because-
what the model is. The
Yeah.
customer is right. So
The
you got
way
to
that-
make them happy.
Yeah, there's right now they're 65% right. That's how much we lose, percentage wise when we challenge the chargeback.
Oh man.
35% of the time we lose. I mean, we actually win, but 65% of the time we lose. And it
Yeah.
happens every day.
Oh gosh.
So anyway, I'm not saying that influencers do that, but I can tell you that's how some people do that.
Oh, that's
So they get the meal they want without paying.
I didn't know that. That's surprising and
Yeah, it's
sad.
terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Ton's
Check
going to
his-
stay with us and we're going to talk on the next segment. We're going to talk. He's got some questions for you guys under the TD and Co behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes at a
Yeah.
restaurant business.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's been an interesting segment for me because in some ways it bears my soul
Mm-hmm.
because I really love our business. Of course our business, but the restaurant business.
Mhm.
To this day, I still sit at the table by the kitchen.
Mm.
So I'm just trying to sneak peek and glean any sort of tricks that the house chefs are doing to make what they make.
I
So
love that.
I love our business.
It's also the environment you're comfortable in. Like it's
Yeah.
nice to sit around the kitchen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's such a tough business. I don't envy any chefs or restaurants. It doesn't make sense. The economic math doesn't add up anymore in a lot of ways.
Especially more recently, it seems like to me. So we'll see how that goes. On Cowboy Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
So we'll do a little 2 minute, 1 minute when
Okay,
Cam
so I can
tells
just
us,
ask
yeah.
some questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
no, when we're done, as we get close to the end,
the end.
We'll show when we do this. That means we've got 2
Oh,
more minutes
got
left.
you.
Yeah.
So
So
we don't
then
need to
just
feel
don't
cut
stop.
off.
Okay,
Yeah.
then cut. Okay, gotcha.
Got to plan your answer. Long form, short form.
was there much response to your article on John?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most read stories in a while,
Yeah.
for sure. And then people, chefs just as yourself start writing in, mention what a big difference he made. Because back then it was just John. There was no one else. If you got a review and everyone read the newspaper,
Yeah.
Well,
he
there was the-
single-handedly changed the teriyaki movement.
Oh,
It
for
was
sure.
his review.
Yeah.
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 Which is funny to see Kenchi Lopez doing the same now 40 years later, 50
Yeah.
years later, right? He
Right.
fell in love with teriyaki.
Right. So the kids who have grown up thinks like Kenji is responsible
Yeah.
for the teriyaki craze. And the news craze, yes, but it started with John Hindenburger.
And you
Yeah.
know who
Yeah.
started it before John Hindenburger?
Who?
Toji down at Wajimaya, one of the brothers
Oh,
who started
wow.
Wajimaya. He got some people to use his teriyaki sauce and soy sauce, and he would sell them the sugar and the soy 5-gallon buckets of soy sauce, and
Oh wow.
that's how the whole thing got started here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, before we get started, we have an audience question. She wanted to know about, do you get recognized a lot?
I do, but if I'm working, there are ways around that. For instance, I was saying like the beauty of being in Seattle is like there's a lot of Asians, and I'm only 5'7". So when I review a hot restaurant, it's too chaotic. You're not gonna be able to track me down. And there are just tricks.
Like
if I review
credit
a restaurant
cards?
and I know that you know me, there are tricks I can do. Like my friends would go ahead of me, order dinner, and when the food comes out, I come. So you can't swap
Those little
the
things,
meal.
yeah.
So just
I got to say,
Tricks
I don't
like
know that I would. I've only met you maybe 6 times in person, and I would not have recognized you. Other
I know you haven't because I was in Palace Kitchen. You behind the bar eating pistachio, and
Behind the
drinking
bar.
bourbon, and it was right. You were right in front of me.
oh, really? Yeah.
I didn't introduce myself.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
But yes, also I have multiple credit cards with fake names. I should have mentioned that on. I don't know why this is legal, but I can do that.
You know what
Yeah.
I tell my team? If you somehow are recognized, and you can cook better for him because you recognize him. You better damn well cook better for everyone else because
Yeah.
if you got it in you, just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's-
I was
Like,
at
who's
Zig-
holding back?
I was at Zigzag one night and there was a sous chef, a line cook. He says, "You're Ton Vin, right?" I said, "Yes." "Well, you don't know me, but you were recognized at a dinner." And then, so what the chef did was he made 2 of everything you ordered and he sampled both dishes. And the one that was better was the one he sent out to you. And I was like, that's nice, but I wasn't really reviewing your restaurant. But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, here we go. Back in the kitchens here at the hot stove with Chef Eric Tanaka,
Woo!
Ton Vin from the Seattle Times, drink writer and longtime journalist, known for spotting everything from hidden gems to major openings in the Seattle dining scene. And Bex is in the producer chair. You're biting. You're biting
Well,
right
I'm
now.
excited because I usually ask you this question for the behind the scenes, what
Uh-huh.
listeners want to know. And we've got Ton here because he and I were talking on the phone the other day and he had some questions for
I
you.
do.
So we
Questions.
thought, well,
So tell people the theory behind this
Okay.
conversation.
so you guys have been working in the restaurant business together for over 30 years. And as a home cook, there's a lot of things that us non-restaurant owners want to know, like how the business runs, everything from margins to how you come up with a menu, all those things. So this is just an opportunity for us to ask you two behind the scenes questions.
All right, there you
Yes.
go.
Sounds
'Cause
good.
everyone wants their own bar and restaurant. I can tell you that.
So I get to put
Until
Tom
they
in the
have
hot
it.
seat.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ton. You're going to ask the first question.
Tom, you have many legacies in Seattle, but one of the things that people will never bring up about is I think you've done a lot for the spaghetti and meatball dish.
Really?
Kuoko had a all-you-can-eat spaghetti and meatball.
Yeah.
Right? You remember that? Because even the pasta, I think even that was fresh pasta
Yeah. it
too.
Yeah.
was. Uh-huh.
Incredible. That's one of the best all-you-can-eat deal in the
You know,
history of Seattle.
I
Tom.
have to give the credit to my partner here, ET.
How did that come about? All-you-can-eat spaghetti and meatball. This
Well,
has Kuoko and South Lake.
It was
Union.
very simple. We were trying to drum up business, and I think now is a little bit different. Now, with the way that pricing is in Seattle, value is king. Like people are looking for value wherever they can because it's expensive. I was just down in San Francisco. It's cheaper in San Francisco than it is here.
Cheaper
Yeah.
everywhere than
Mhm.
Seattle.
Yeah, I mean
Yes.
it's stunning, in that way. Like my friend was just out in New York, said New York is cheaper than Seattle, and it's just like it's hard, when you're trying to drum up business and you have the highest prices in the country almost.
Yeah.
Arguably for sure.
E.T., I love that you're behind spaghetti and meatball because the other thing I love about your restaurant is this at Neb is you have a spaghetti and meatball pizza.
Yeah, no, we ran a
There's got
special.
to be some drunk or marijuana pot behind us. How did you put a spaghetti and meatball pizza on the menu?
Whose
Is this
idea,
your
whose
doing?
idea was that, T?
That was mine.
Yeah.
It was, and Tom was shaking his head. I remember
There's
this.
got to be a story behind
There,
this.
there was no marijuana or alcohol. Actually, it was at the end of every Christmas season. I would go to Il Fornile, just myself.
At Westlake Center. When it was
At
open.
Westlake Center, it was open. I would order a little marinara pizza and an angel hair spaghetti. I'd put the spaghetti on top of the pizza with a glass of back then Prosecco. And that was my little treat. And just saying to myself, we made it through another holiday season. So you
Oh,
just put that
well,
in there,
because-
boom.
Remember in the day, Ton, and you remember this, is that one of the reasons downtown isn't as busy as it used to be is that people don't shop the way they used to shop.
Yeah.
When you used to go to the El Fornile, it was jammed at Westlake Center.
Yeah.
Now their front porches are jammed with Amazon boxes. That's just the way it is. And you can lament all you want about downtown Seattle.
Yeah. Well, and
But-
back then also the Dahlia Lounge, Dahlia lunch during the holidays
Crazy.
was crazy. So it was just like you got through it and then you were just so elated that season's over. You could take a little break, have a little Prosecco with some.
Yeah.
So is the spaghetti and meatball pizza still on the menu once in a while? Or
No, we run as a special
Now we have a spaghetti meatball sandwich, right? At Serious Buyer. Is that moved on too?
serious pie, but not
Yeah.
not
Oh, I love that.
It's a spaghetti meatball hoagie.
I have a suggestion. Can I use a suggestion, E.T.?
yeah. Let me
We're
hear
right
it.
now at the Hot Stove Society. We're next to Lola. I think you can make a great breakfast pizza. That maple syrup sausage is the best sausage.
Yeah, the
in this
sausage
city.
is great.
There should be a breakfast pizza here.
What do
Why
you guys
not?
think?
I mean, across the street.
No,
is
we don't
this-
have an oven for it, but that's okay.
It is.
It's
great.
across. Oh, maybe I could serve it across the street, but
Yeah.
you know the way.
How did that come about?
This is
The
how
maple
Eric thinks. You got to remember, cheeseburger is his favorite food. So now we have a triple layered sausage burger sandwich at the Dahlia Bakery. You know, my pristine little bakery that has coconut cream pie and
Yeah.
lovely decorated mochi donuts now has a triple cheeseburger, sausage cheeseburger
It's a
with
double.
hash browns for the breakfast sandwich. And it's now, much to my dismay, our bestseller.
And then I should.
See, I don't think you look at me as the purist in our group. I am the purist in our group.
Tom's always trying to rein us in.
There you go. And you know, one of the things I love is I eat out a lot, and sometimes I just hack people's meal. And I want to make sure that chefs don't see me because they're probably offended. Tom, I did. I was at Mr. Fish and I hacked one of your meals. It was delicious. What I did was I ordered fish and chips. I ordered clam chowder. And I said, and I used the clam chowder. I poured it over the fries on poutine.
Right. Chowder
It
fries.
was, yes, it was delicious. And then the bartender looked at me and says, you know what you just did there? We actually have it on the
I
menu.
know, exactly.
We could have saved you money. It's like $9 on the happy hour menu.
Yeah.
It is delicious. I should tell listeners, yes.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things at Tom Douglas restaurant. Mr. Fish, clam chowder over fries.
Clam
Oh
chowder
my
fries,
God.
yeah.
It's so
It's
good.
so gross.
That wasn't
Again,
your idea?
Again. I'm
That
not
was
a- I'm not a
right here.
poutine
Everything is
He-
gross. He blames on me. But
That's
Well,
fantastic.
one question I do have, and I think listeners don't realize this. The biggest scam in restaurants, the biggest scam, the only thing that patrons can really get away with, I think, is what do you call it? What's that term where you can bring your own bottle,
BYOB.
bring your own wine?
you cork it. They,
Yeah,
you
the
cork
corkage fee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Best deal ever. But I think it's such a bad deal for restaurants. Why do
It
you do
is.
it? I should set this up, right? Because what it is if you want to save money, you bring your own wine to a restaurant. They usually charge you $20 or $25 corkage fee, and you can just open your wine, or they open your wine for you, and you basically save like $100.
I
on
think
your
the
dinner
nuance
menu.
here is different, though. The people that generally are bringing in their own bottles are bottles that are not on your list and
Yes.
are elevated. They're special wines.
And
So it's
special
not
to
like you're
them.
going to Trader Joe's and bringing in a wine. Like it's a different sentiment. And it's really like this is something special or special that you're celebrating with your group. So I think that's the distinction.
I would say this started as that. It's just like because people who drink wine, the demographic tend to skew richer or they spend more. So you want them to spend money and they want to bring a bottle of wine, then it's good for them. But I would say that has evolved where people figured out, oh, this is how you get a great deal. How you slash your bill is you bring your own wine.
Yeah, it's just
So I
not-
was going to ask you.
It just doesn't happen.
It doesn't
Yeah.
happen for you guys?
We haven't had more than 5 corkage fees in a year in our
Oh, wow.
Okay.
in any of our restaurants. It just doesn't happen.
Oh, wow. It
Yeah.
does happen across the city. And I just think it's one of the biggest loophole.
It's
That-
really not. I've been doing this for 40 years. It's rarely happens. And when it does, people are in a celebration mode, most likely. And I want them to come every year on their anniversary for 25 years and be mad at me when we're closed or don't have room or whatever. I want that because there's no higher compliment than when someone says, I want to celebrate my birthday with you or my kids.
Every year.
Yeah, anniversary or whatever. So
I think
And
the bigger part of this now is how much less people are drinking in
Yes.
general.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like
You
that
beat me
is
to my
the
next
larger
question.
piece.
Because
for us.
I don't think listeners realize how important booze sales is to a restaurant. I mean, if you buy a $100 bottle of wine, you're done. You open the bottle, that's great. But to try to sell $100 of food, it's hard.
Yeah.
And two, it's hard to make 2 dishes really well.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just open a bottle of wine for a customer, you're done. That's easy money.
Yeah.
So now that no one is drinking anymore, how are you guys doing this? I'm very
You're
curious.
talking in black and whites, Ton. First of all, there's very few people that bring in their own wines. Secondly, everyone's still drinking. They might not be drinking as much,
Not yes.
but
Much
it's
less.
lots
Wouldn't
of
you
gray
say?
area there. It's about 30% is what we're seeing in our group.
And how much
That's a-
of a
that's a
drop
ton.
is that?
How much what?
How much of a drop is that in alcohol sales for you guys?
A
Well,
lot.
I don't have the exact number, but it's about anywhere from 15 to 30%, depending on the restaurant and the type of food that we're serving.
Are you freaked out that people are drinking less or worried?
You know,
or?
it's hard to freak me out. I've seen,
That's
I've
true.
seen it all. I'm just telling you over the years, I'm freaked out when somebody comes in crazed on crack, and I'm freaked out when I'm freaked out when we have somebody with a knife out front, and it takes 90 minutes to get a police officer there.
Oh, wow.
So lots of things freak me out, but keeping your head in the restaurant business, the hardest thing in our business is people that drink too much,
Yeah.
cutting somebody off. That's
Yeah.
a dangerous time in a transaction with a human, because they're loaded and they don't understand. And it's your job. It's against the law for me to serve you now. Trying to get that message across, that freaks people out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's a response. It's really just how do you bring an NA game to your setup? Like
Mhm.
that's what people aren't drinking. They're just not drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
So it's finding alternatives to that people want. So
And I find like when you have mocktails and NA drinks and it costs as much as a martini, people get upset.
For
You
no
know?
good reason.
Yeah.
It's like when people expect vegetarian food to be less than a piece of fish. It takes
Yes.
just as much time and effort to make that vegetable entree as it
Yeah.
does to make the fish entree. Matter of fact, sometimes more. So it's funny how people look at things, but to make a beautiful fresh squeezed NA drink, it's almost the same price as putting, an ounce of vodka in there. It's the only difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they won't accept that if a mocktail costs as much as a Manhattan. That's too bad.
You have to
Yeah.
understand the value of sitting in a restaurant seat, that place that makes you happy. It's going to make your conversation better. Going to make the love you have for the person you're ogling across just the table from you that much better. A restaurant is a awesome place, sexy, romantic place, and I love when
costly to run.
and costly to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's good theater. I mean, it's right. It's you have a nightcap, you have a aperitif. Yeah, people don't realize the luxury of that. They just think
it's
the
a
meal
beautiful thing.
itself.
Most people do.
You think?
Is what I'll take. We tend to think about the negatives, but most people do. All right, thank you, Tom Vin. Chef Oscar Amador is coming up next, along with Joe Milkulich. Woo! On Cairo Radio, it's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM. Joe, how bad did I screw that up? Joe, how bad did I screw that up? Not that bad. Mikulich. All right.
See you. Both of them. Okay.
Hi. Okay, I'm Tom.
Great. You done? You good?
Appreciate it.
Nice to see you again. Oh, I'm sorry. You're probably the good friend of the group. Yeah. I miss Jane Shannon. Oh, really? That's crazy. Good, nice to see you. My
How's it
partner,
going?
AT. Joe, you too. Wow, fancy.
Okay. Talk closer to it. No problem.
We should probably put.
Pretty good. I'll make sure I'm like in it. Be careful. Don't hit that.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah.
2 minutes left. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Awesome.
And we like to talk right into the mic so you have
You got
that
it.
deep, sexy NPR voice.
Yeah, we got to speak up.
Yeah. Hello.
Mikulich.
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 You got it.
Okay.
Extra day off.
Well, now I know it's you've ruined it. We're back here in the kitchens on Cairo Radio. It's Tom Douglas,
Chef Eric Tanaka.
and we are coming to you from the Hot Stove Society studio, I would call it. It's a lovely little kitchen studio. If you ever come downtown, come check us out. Maybe have a little party here. All right, in the hot seat now, Chef Oscar Amador and Joe Mikulich of La Loba Spanish Restaurant in Seattle and EDO Hospitality, our the overriding restaurant group.
Yes.
Welcome, boys.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
What's
having
going
us.
on? Oscar, why don't we start with you?
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Tell us about where you're from and La Lobo, how it became what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm Oscar Amador. I'm from Barcelona, Spain. Well, I born and raised over there. Worked my ass in the kitchens in Barcelona, all in a bunch of places and Michelin restaurants, and then came to US. We are established in Vegas, and then we came here to Seattle and make it happen at La Loba. And La Loba is it's the inspiration came from my roots. No, Seattle remember me a lot of Barcelona, the mountains, the sea, the great product, right, the nature, and all the creativity that flows in this city, right? So
And how long have you been away from Barcelona?
almost 11 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
that long, really.
yeah,
You're a young guy.
yeah.
And so you worked for Jose Andres.
Joe worked for Jose Andres.
Yep, I
Yeah, I worked back in the days at El Bulli for the Adria brothers, and I started my first restaurant. I was very young, almost 22 years old. So it's been almost 26 years around the kitchens. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I started in New York, and he was opening chef at a place called El Dorado Petit,
Yep.
right on 55th Avenue. And we played in a Mexican basketball league together.
No way.
It was a very funny thing because I was a center.
You were the center.
Yeah.
You're 5'8", 7, 6.
But one game, some guys got in a fight and pulled out some guns, and then Jose never played again.
No way.
But, yeah, he's an incredibly nice and talented man, and the work that he's doing now is incredible.
Yeah, he's
so-
amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, the World Central Kitchen. And Joe?
Yes. So my name is Joe Mikulich. Oscar's partner with EDO Hospitality. I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. My whole entire family lives there. I played soccer, played college at UNLV, and just kind of was like a local boy.
Wow.
When I graduated, my love for soccer kind of came to an end. It's time to just find a new career. So I got a hospitality administration degree.
Yeah,
from
at
UNLV.
UNLV, they have that.
Yep,
right?
correct. And it was I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to play soccer, so it kind of just fell into my lap about you have the strip that's so close by with amazing restaurants and tourism. So it was just an easy transition to get into that. And then I became a sommelier while working for Jose Andres at one of his restaurants called Bazaar Meat.
Hmm.
And that's where I met our third partner. His name's Roberto. He was my GM and I was the sommelier. And then he introduced us to Oscar, and that's how it all kind of started from there.
Let's go back one step there, Joe, because it's probably, I don't know if it's the same for you, but the most asked question is, should I go to culinary school? I want to be a chef, or I want to be in the restaurant business. Should I go? You've done it. What's been the advantage for you having done that compared to, say, getting on the job training?
Sure. I mean, so on the back of house side, I did have a couple years of cooking, experience. I wouldn't say it was really, I would say on the back of house side, that education wasn't as valuable as the connections or just the front of house management side the business operating side. If I was just going to be a general manager or work as a wine director on the Strip, maybe it would mean more. But I think now where we are, being the business owner, we choose our decisions a lot differently. That I don't think the hospitality school really got delved into that at all. So I would say more importantly, if you want to be an owner, college matters a little bit less. It obviously matters,
Right.
but
does it matter in a way that an MBA would do the same thing as a hospitality degree of some sort?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
the business side is where it
sure,
really shows up.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
definitely. And restaurants are funny, right? Like you have so many different walks of life, so many different people working in kitchens, and especially in like fine dining, you have front of house staff that dresses up so nice and fancy, and then you have that are getting tipped out, and then you have back of house staff that they don't get that same world.
Did he just call us slobs?
No, I did not.
Yeah. He looked at our outfits
Oscar,
and
did
said,
he call
"What the
us
heck?"
slobs?
Yeah, no.
I did not.
So how did you guys choose Seattle? Because Seattle is a far cry from Vegas or Barcelona. you
Sure.
know?
I've been to Seattle a couple times prior to opening here. I'm not sure if Oscar had.
Yeah.
I've always liked Washington in general, and it's definitely Seattle. I played a couple soccer tournaments and stuff like that out here. How this came about, when we were working at Bazaar Meat, our directors that we reported to, they eventually grew and opened up One Hotels with Barry Sternlicht. So they were growing like crazy. They had all of these different concepts they were doing, and they used to do their own internal restaurants with their hotels, but they started growing so fast that they didn't want to have that workload as well. So they said, hey, like let's start partnering with chefs that are emerging groups, great talents. So we knew those guys from back then, and they said, hey, like our next project is Seattle. Would you guys be open to taking that task? And it's been great so far. It's been amazing.
And that was in Vegas. It was SSL Hotels. Is that right?
SLS, which
SLS.
changed to
SLS.
Sahara, back
Sahara,
to Sahara.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Yeah. It didn't have much of an identity from a hotel standpoint.
I agree. SLS was not was an interesting fit for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So switching back, the Sahara now is a little bit more Vegas.
I've
That's
had
nice.
quite a few meals at Bazaar Vegas, and I'm always getting seems like the little roast pig or something like that that
Of course.
you can't get outside. You get a steak anywhere. That and the little all the hams on the stands.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
It's the
Crazy.
best.
It's
Yeah.
moved now.
Oh.
It moved to Venetian.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much bigger venue.
Oh, yeah, like it needed to be bigger. My God, it was
It's.
300 seats in the SLS.
I think it's a little bit bigger now too.
Wow,
Yeah.
isn't that
Crazy.
Let's talk about what you brought in front of us, Jose. I mean, Jose. We're talking about Jose Andres. Oscar.
Yeah. So this is a half shell scallop. It's well, I'm in my style. I always mix global techniques. I like to bring. I want to be free of cooking whatever I want.
That's very American of you.
Yeah.
It is in a funny way, you know.
Totally.
Yeah, so it's always like in my menus you can find in a good way, stuff from Thailand or Peru or Spain or whatever, right? And I think we do nice stuff with that. It's not forced like this one. No, it's a hash shell scallop with a tonka sauce, the Thailand, the Thai
Coconut
sauce
soup,
with the
yeah.
coconut, lemongrass, kaffir
Yeah.
lime, and then we do a candied lime, like salt on top, jalapeno, and then some olive oil. Very bright and simple, but very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, delicious. How do you guys approach your partnership? Tom and I have been together 30 plus years, and I think really kind of the strength of our partnership is that we understand each other almost without talking, because sometimes we don't talk that much, because everybody's busy.
Because he wants to put a spaghetti meatball pizza on there.
Yeah.
But I mean that's the beautiful thing, and it's also the hard thing. So I don't know, what your vibe is and how you guys operate. Because to me, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think we try not to step in each other stuff, and then it's about respect and knowing the task that we need to do each other, and
And when you have tasks, that's one thing, but hard decisions.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like? Because tasks are fairly rote,
Sure.
but you know, when you get to those things, or when you're like, you don't agree, what happens?
I think that you know, and we're a great example. You know, we're completely different generations. Oscar's a little bit older than myself, and Roberto is a little bit older than us. So that plays into it. Where we are in life is a big factor, right? Where what our aspirations are, what we plan on doing. So it does take a little bit of definitely transparency, honesty. You're not going to win every battle 100%, and you have to be okay with that. You know, I think you guys the same way. You know, there might be disagreements, but it's like, is it for the better of the group? Is it what's going to check the box for one of you, and you're okay with that? That's the bigger end goal, right?
Yeah. Before we lose or run out of time, we have about a minute left. Food style, you say you cook from the world with world techniques. What should people order when they get there? Because you're right down there where the old Quoco space was, right?
Yep.
And Brave Horse Tavern. Aren't you in that hotel right there?
With the old Pan Pacific.
Yeah. Oh, the old Pan Pacific. Okay, no. So you're a little further down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the tasting menu is great. I'd probably just note like we have a tasting menu as well as a la carte. It is a smaller portion. This scallop is on that dish or on that menu. But it gives you the ability to taste a lot more in smaller forms, just to really get a sense of what Oscar envisions for this restaurant.
Right.
And that new tasting menu is revamping for the spring. It starts this Friday.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Here in Seattle, for us, it's easy to go with the season. No, is that in Vegas it's kind of hard, right?
Yeah.
But here it's like it flows, right? When you build up the menu, and now this week we are working the new spring menu changes, tasting menu on a la carte. So for me, it's a lot of inspiration every time I came to Seattle.
There are definitely seasons here where Vegas it's seasonless. Maybe.
Yeah.
Try
Yeah.
tumbleweeds everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a funny town, that Vegas town.
Definitely.
My favorite spot that I've been to in Vegas is Sadel's out of New York City
Oh yeah.
at the what's the name of that? Begins
Sadel's,
with a B.
isn't that at
It's a breakfast. It was a Jewish deli cafe slice.
yeah, that's at I wanted to say Park, but I don't think it's Park
It
MGM.
begins with a B. Anyway, thank you, boys. Appreciate your time to come down. Go see you. It's the old John Howie restaurant space, which we looked at years and years and years ago. I don't know that John made it 5 years there.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think it did.
It's above the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Correct.
There on Westlake and up there on Terry.
Sea Star.
Sea Star.
That's what it's called. Yep. Yep.
All right. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Thanks so much for having
Thanks
us.
so
We're gonna
much
come
for
up there
having
and
me.
see you.
Thank you.
Up
Thank
next,
you.
it's time for Food for Thought Tasty Trivia, brought to you by Rub with Love Spice Rubs on Kybro Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society Show, 97.3 FM.
All right, boys, picture time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So kind of you the way you said that. Please get the hell over there. We know you already. You want us in this here? In this? All the work. You do all the work, huh? I'm gonna come see you. Thank you. Thanks. Cheers.
We're gonna check out Dahlia right now.
Oh, the bakery. Oh my God. What is that monstrosity that we're serving now?
Breakfast burger.
Breakfast burger, but it has no beef, right? It's pork sausage?
Yeah.
Hello.
Thanks. Hello.
You've been on before, you know the deal
Yeah, I know.
with the mic.
I know the drill.
Well, you should
Come
come up.
join me.
You should come up and join Jim.
Come join me.
From my experience, he needs all the help he can get.
I do. I need so much help. Come on.
Come on, Anne Marie, get up there.
Or she can have my seat.
No, she can sit with you.
Okay.
Let's just grind them into the dirt. Anne Marie, you're going up with ET.
All right.
Whatever you do, Anne.
Into the mic.
There you go.
Little
No,
louder.
A little louder.
Oh, much love.
Speak into the mic.
Say chocolate.
Chocolate.
There
All
we
right.
go. And you've got lots of time. Don't feel like you have
Probably
to
should
answer.
raise it
Well,
just a little bit.
We have an editor.
Yep. Oh, too much.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Perfect.
Time for food for thought. Tasty trivia on Cairo Radio. It's the Hot Stove Society show. And now that your grill is tuned up for the season, let's get cooking. Rub with Love will bring the flavor to the seafood, poultry, meat, and veggies that you put on your barbecue. You can purchase any of our products on our website, tomdouglas.com, here at the Hot Stove Society, or on Amazon, plus so many brick and mortar stores across the country. Get out there and try some Rub with Love. Bex, what are we going to do now, and how do we play?
we're going to play trivia, and we've got a couple special guests up here from the audience who's going to join in. We've got Anne Marie. She's going to help ET. Woohoo. And then we've got Jim Maurer, who's a good friend of the show, who's often written quizzes, and he writes some pretty tough questions. These are going to be easy. I
Did
think.
he
Easy.
write his own questions?
No,
today?
Yeah, they're mine.
I would have done them. Had I known Jim was going to be on the mic, these would have been a lot harder.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
are you saying you normally take it easy on us?
Well, it's on you guys. No, it's hard. I got to ask you hard questions because you're so smart. And you've been doing this a long time. So anyway, so we're going to start with Anne Marie and ET first. And the first question is, what kitchen appliance was invented in 1945 by Percy Spencer to help modern busy families cook more effectively?
1945.
45.
Pressure cooker. They're older than that.
Is it related to what we had on the show last week?
Going for pressure cooker.
A microwave.
I was gonna say microwave. That was last week's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
45.
there you go. And this is from Lars Leduc. Yes.
Wow.
And then they discovered it because he was doing something else and he had a chocolate bar in his pocket and it melted. So
Wow.
that's something.
He's lucky that's the only thing that melted.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Number 2 is multiple choice. Which French cheese is traditionally recognized by the line of ash running through its center? Is it Camembert, Morbier, or Humboldt Fog?
Humboldt fog.
Morbier.
French cheese.
Oh, you guys aren't listening.
But I liked your enthusiasm. Number 3.
Oh no.
Jim's smiling right now. What cooking fat is quietly making a comeback on restaurant menus for its high smoke point and flavor?
Avocado.
Tallow.
Tallow.
Beef
Wow.
tallow, yeah.
Yeah, beef
We're
tallow.
0 for 3.
Well, we
no.
got 2 more. Multiple choice. Why did some 17th century English pubs use glass bottom tankards? To check for the beer's clarity, to show off imported glass, or to see if someone was sneaking up on you?
That's an odd question.
Well, this is from Lars Leduc, and and you are correct. Popular lore says it let drinkers keep an eye on brawlers. So there you go. First one right. Next.
Nice job.
Okay. Number 5. What's Washington's current gooey duck limit? It just changed.
You want to give him a multiple choice?
Is it 1, 2, or 3?
We're going for 2.
It used to be 3, but now it's down to 1.
What?
Just like your score, 1 out of 5. Good job.
Ooh, that's
She
rough.
just dug that in there, didn't she? I was like
But
a
thanks for playing.
switchblade.
No, they were hard questions. That was
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Okay. Thanks, Anne Marie. Okay, Jim Maurer. True or false? Cilantro and coriander come from the same plant.
That's true.
That is true. Number 2. When
So what's the difference, Miss Quiz Giver?
well, the coriander is the beautiful little seeds,
Yeah.
and cilantro is the leaf. But in Europe, they call it all the same thing.
Okay.
So
And in
Actually,
America,
what
we
is-
tend to throw away the stem, which in Asia they
Oh,
eat the stem.
that's a
all.
crime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the stem is much better than the parsley stem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, Jim. When the Dahlia Lounge opened in 1989, what was the most popular dish on the menu? Was it the Palace Burger, the cedar plank salmon, or crispy 5-spice tofu?
I'd say it was salmon.
It was the cedar plank salmon. And
Which
Lars,
is funny because I've never served cedar plank salmon.
really, this is from Lars.
yeah, no.
You're okay.
The hoisin barbecue salmon was very popular.
Interesting. Anne Marie's taking
Anne-Marie
that
is
away.
like-
Okay, number 3. What is the name of the fermented product that uses koji, soybeans, and wheat in its production?
Ooh, I should know this.
Yes, you should.
Uh,
My clue would be I made it almost 2 years ago, June.
I am blanking, but I do know.
ET knows.
It's soy sauce.
It's soy
so tamari.
sauce. Yes.
That's funny. I was going to say miso. That's what
That's
I made.
right. Right. Number 4, true or false? You can make white wine from red grapes.
Oh, yes. Absolutely,
Absolutely
true. Just
true.
don't get the skin.
Mhm.
Get them off
Press
the
it.
skin content.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. What is the Japanese term for the 5th taste, often described as savory and linked to glutamates?
Your fingers are making the right shape.
Go.
Umami.
Oh, mommy.
3 out of
Wow,
5.
Jim, I'm surprised you didn't get that one.
I was going a different way. I was trying to count in Japanese.
Oh, ichi ni sanshi
Chico.
go roku. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom Douglas. You
Yes.
didn't know I knew Japanese, did you?
No.
I don't.
Yeah.
I studied it. I studied it in college, the same time I studied French. So I don't do either
But
one
you
very
speak
well
French.
at all. Used to, but it's been a while. Yeah. All right. Multiple choice. What's the most popular condiment in the US by revenue? Ketchup, mayo, or mustard?
By revenue.
By revenue. It's by far,
Ah.
actually.
Ketchup.
It's actually mayonnaise.
yeah.
It brings in over 400 million a year, more than ketchup and mustard combined.
Wow.
Something's wrong with that.
So
I don't believe it.
and
That costs
this
more,
was
right?
this
It's
was a
got egg
Lars
in it.
question, and he made up the cedar plank one. So I'm gonna have a talk with
Yeah,
him.
I'm challenging the question.
Okay. Number 2.
There's a lot of challenges today.
Yes. True or false? Blending vegetables significantly reduces their fiber content. Is that true or false?
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. Because people get fiber pills all the time, but I think it's true.
It's actually false. It changes
Oh,
the texture
yeah.
and surface area, but the total number of fiber remains unless it's strained out.
Yeah.
No challenge there. All right. Number 3. The nursery rhyme, "Do you know the Muffin Man?" refers to a street vendor who sold what type of baked goods in 18th century England?
Heroin laced butter buns.
Final answer?
Final answer.
English muffins.
Ah. Who knew?
Who knew? Number 4, multiple choice. When Nicole Langdon of World Spice was on the show last week, what spice did she recommend for adding deep, savory flavor without using onion or garlic? Was it sumac, asafoetida, or fenugreek?
Asafoetida.
That's what it was. And I just learned that is fermented fennel, or the resin from fermented
Who
fennel.
knew?
Yeah, who knew? Good job. Number 5, what Wild Pacific Northwest green must be cooked before eating because it contains formic acid? It's your favorite.
Nettles.
Nettles, it is.
Oh, I hate them.
2 out of 5. Jim, you're the winner.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Jim.
You get to pick out a.
You know, we always let the
Spice
guests
blend.
win, just so you know.
I,
Complete plan.
I get the easy question.
Gracious that
Yeah,
way.
I get it. If you want to be part of the show like Jim, you can join our community on YouTube Live at Tom Douglas & Co. or buy a ticket to join us here in the studio at hotstovesociety.com. The show is produced by Becky Guzak. Our technical dude is Cameron Thomas. And our talented editor is Sean, please don't call me Del Torre. And if you miss any episode of our Hot Stove Society show on Cairo, please listen via podcast just subscribe on your favorite podcast app.
Woo!
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I'm Eric Tanaka.
No, that's the next line. You got one more to go.
Hi, I'm Chef Tom Douglas.
Thanks for listening. I don't know. Where are we?
Hi, I'm Chef Tom Douglas.
And I'm Chef Eric Tanaka.
Today on the Hot Stove Society radio show, our guests include Doug Farr of the Seattle Farmers Market Association, Ton Vin from the Seattle Times, and Chef Oscar Amador of La Loba Spanish Restaurant.
All right. Thanks, guys, for sticking through the whole time.
2 hours. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, good.